Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog or your wish list, or God, maybe you see something on here and you go, man, I gotta play that now. We're adding stuff to your now playing list. How about that? If you like rogues, you're in the right place, and I'm glad you're here with us.
These folk have kept their honor.
This is a game called Darkest Dungeon 2. And I am playing this game because I love it,
Abandoned or forgotten.
but also because one of you, Wesley Toyne, in the comments the other day, said, hey, Goat, you know what? We'd love to see us play some Darkest Dungeon 2. I was a little bit apprehensive to show this game off. This is a heavy thinking game. It's a strategic game. It's
Stifled smirking betrays a malign madness.
very analytical. It's hard for me to talk over the main man, Wayne June. He's one of my favorite narrators in video games of all time. His voice acting is just wonderful. So here's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to have a good run today. Darkest Dungeon 2 and the original is an extremely challenging game. Most times things go wrong, but we're going to try to have a good run today. I'm going to talk about the game as we go, while focusing on what happens. We'll see how good that works out. I honestly don't know. We're going to drink some coffee today. It's a great game to wake up to, get the brain going a little bit, have a cup of coffee. I used to say the same thing about Noida, you know? But this game has certainly clutched me quite a bit, and I'm happy to show it off. So Wesley and everybody else, this one's for you. I hope that you all enjoy seeing some Darkest Dungeon 2. What do we have here? Well, this is a roguelite RPG turn-based game that is wonderfully difficult, where, again, most times everything goes wrong. The game is extremely dynamic. It's random every time. The encounters are random every time. And again, just to express the level of difficulty here, and I can only speak for myself, you might hear this and go, oh, come on, what are you talking about? I played the first Darkest Dungeon game for around 180 hours when all was said and done. And I would tell you that the first 30 or 40 hours were spent getting to know that game.
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze. It is safe here.
And becoming familiar with all of the game's wild systems. So again, we're going to talk about things as they happen on the spot, and I hope by the end of this, you will be in a situation where you'll be able to decide whether you ever want to play a Darkest Dungeon game. So, I'm going to give you the good or bad, and it's going to be up to you to decide. It's a subjective game. We're basically choosing a path here to take, and each is going to have different rewards. So gang on hit, range skills. Okay, we'll get a stress point, melee skills, open vein skills. We're not using a lot of those skills. I've set up Dismiss to be more of a distance fighter for us with his guns. So
truly bad.
We are good to go here. Just going to check the provisioner real quick, see if there's anything else I want. These can be kind of helpful because they'll expand upon the flame that we have. We'll talk about that as well. So let's grab those. I really like the crow's feet as well. Okay, so we are good to embark. Let's journey onward. Take a quick sip of coffee here. Cheers to you. I have a really, really nice Sumatra again today. I've been going hog wild on the darker roasts more recently. This is from the Coffee Roaster Collective.
War rewards only resignation.
So this is going to look kind of similar to you. If you are a rogue enthusiast, we've got a map here. We can choose the ways we go, different rewards tied to these different types of areas. This is the flame that I talked about. You'll see that we get different bonuses that can proc when the light is bright. That light's going to dissipate over time unless we can do something about that. And when it gets darker, we're going to lose our bonus opportunities, and the enemies are going to gang opportunities, unfortunately. So you'll see our characters below here. Occasionally, they're going to chat while we are going about our way in the wagon. And we hope that they say nice things to each other, because then they'll develop friendships. Sometimes they say nasty things and they piss off their colleagues, and then bad things can happen on the battlefield. It's all quite random. There are ways to try and influence their treatment of each other. Now let's see. We can buy trinkets along the way as well that can give boosts to our characters. I don't think we're going to buy any here. Yeah, we're just going to hold out at this point. But we will, while I'm thinking about that, we'll equip some of our characters with combat items. So we'll go ahead and throw that over there. We'll give Boudica the crow's feet. And we are ready to rock. We've got 53 leagues to go to the next inn. And
You get there.
you know what? We'll go to the creature den and get some animal parts as a reward. I gotta be honest, with as long as I've been playing Darkest Dungeon 2, I don't think I've been to a creature den yet. So we'll see. Maybe this will all go to hell quite quickly on us.
Sharpen your blades, that we may properly excise our portion.
It's wonderful, isn't it? He's just the greatest. Okay, so each of them have different feelings here, and you're going to see that some of them give us combat bonuses going into this. So if we go with her approach, we're going to get some strength and speed going into the battle, which is quite nice. You'll also see that two of them are friendly here, one is neutral. That will help build our relationship with the other characters. So because that ends up being so good, we're going to go with the one vulnerable. We'll go with Dismas's approach, which, of course, you saw the blue around Boudica. That pissed her off that we didn't go with her. But that's okay. She's going to get over it. Everything will be fine. Now, because of a stat that I have for him, because I use that skill, he gets this positive icon with him. So we're going to take on these enemies that are vulnerable first. This attack also sometimes causes bleed. Looks like she just got diseased, so that's wonderful. But like I said, things typically go wrong in this game, and it's about managing as much of the bad as you can while keeping everybody alive along the way. The flame is down to 76, so I'm going to toss out a Glimmer of Hope, which also helps build the positive relationship, I believe. We're going to go ahead and try and kill this guy. Wonderful. Formation is very important as well. Where the characters stand in the line dictates the skills that they can utilize. Okay, I think we're going to go with the grape shot again while two of them are lined up here. It's a good way to get rid of this as well, because even if this misses because the dog dodges, chances are we're going to hit. Perfect.
Simple variable.
We'll take the 2 hits, and then he gets that that buff again as well. All right. Okay, so he's got rabies now, which something tells me that is not good. These corpses are kind of blocking us from damaging these guys with Boudica, unfortunately. We could waste a turn moving her back into her normal position where I like her, but I think we'll just do damage to one of the corpses and try and move those away. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this dog. Hey, there we go. Eventually, these will go away on their own. There's also items that you can grab in the game, one of which is a sack of lye, and if you use it, it will eliminate all of these corpses that are in the way. All right. So, what do we want to do here? I guess we'll go ahead and just attack this corpse again and get that out of the way. And this should take out the Gnasher.
Straightforward.
Oh boy. Okay, so we got another line of enemies because that's how the den works. Usually the battle would be over at this point, but because it's a den, it's a little bit more difficult of a battle, so they're back to back. Yippee skippy. All right, I think we're going to go with the grape shot. That'll help get rid of this because it blocks the next 2. All right, and he gets the buff, which is I'm here for the buffs. Oh, that's really helpful. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with the crow's feet. And that's going to give them all bleed. It's going to slow them down. It's going to knock down resistances as well. So bleed will be easier to spread around. See, there we go. Bleed works similar to poison. 3 damage for 3 turns. Our flame's looking fine, so I don't think we need to toss that out there. And let's go ahead and just start wailing on the big guy. Boy, we're really ending up with a lot of diseases in these battles, which probably is not going to play well for us across this run.
Measured and steady.
There are ways of getting rid of the diseases once you have them. I think we're going to go after this guy. There we go. A little bit of extra damage because of the weakness. You have to find a clinic and pay for the opportunity to remove whatever you're trying to get rid of. And, of course, that comes with a cost to it. Okay. See, I wonder if this guy's going to die naturally because he's taking 9 damage. That brings up another point. So, when the characters and the enemies lose all their health,
In crisis.
they don't always immediately die. Okay? This is a good example of that. They go into what's called death's door, where they're basically fighting for their life, and you may have to hit an enemy numerous times until you get the death blow like we just saw there. It adds an interesting randomness element to the game. And Boudica really doesn't have a move here, which stinks. We could clear out this corpse. We might as well. I usually don't like wasting a turn on moving a character unless there really, really is not a move that makes sense. All right, sometimes it happens by itself with the bleed.
Conflict.
Wayne is just the greatest thing ever. I don't know that it would be the same game without Wayne June. He's just wonderful.
Scavenge what
Okay.
you can, and
Ooh, we got something special here. Deliver to the inn to gain heal all diseases and +2 mastery. So there we go. If we can just make it to that first inn, we're going to be okay.
the loathing.
Wipe out all the diseases because, my goodness. Okay, so the oozes, there's a 15% chance for her to start with poison. That's what the oozes does. And rabies, round start. So 7% chance of him having blindness, 3% chance of having additional attack power. So kind of a help me, hurt me there, which makes sense if you think about it. Rabies, we've all seen Cujo, right? Minus 5% max HP. Okay, so, you know, overall, I'll be happy to get rid of that at some point. Let's add another thing of crow's feet. She can carry a maximum of 2. Let's give the jester some crow's feet. And do we have any other combat items? We do not. Okay. We're going to keep rolling along here. Let's take a look at our map. We are headed towards the academics study,
Of our regrettable research.
which can be quite random sometimes as far as what you get, what you end up with. All right, we're going to open with a typical. And we're going to reach around here. Well, you know what? Let's use the crow's feet. We'll knock out that dodge capability with that. And we'll reach in the back here and use the old slice off. Get some bleeding going. We'll do the same here. Because again, I'm kind of counting on this character and Dismas in the back to handle these two. These are my two characters that can kind of reach further back and do damage. Okay. So they've added some buffs. This character is now being protected by this unit, and this unit itself has a 50% chance to dodge. So you can kind of see how these skills can play off of each other. This one, though, is wide open. So we're going to blast them for a little bit of damage there. I'm glad she resisted the bleed. Oh, man. They are really handing it out. But you can kind of see what I mean at this point, where you're just kind of constantly trying to make the best of bad situation after bad situation. And just keep things moving along. Okay, I think we're going to try and kill this dog. Perfect. And let's go ahead. The flame is, you know what, let's knock that flame back up to 100. And we'll go ahead and start working on this guy. Now, he did a combo because she had that skull icon. And usually, if enemies have the skull, you know, you have different skills that will take advantage of that and allow you to do the combo, like this one right here. The target has that. You can then stun them for the next turn. So we're going to go with a shot to the back. And he's got the bleed still as well. I think we're going to take a shot at the front. Now with this skill, we're going to move forward once. but then the target is also going to be blinded. Well, in this case, blinded forever to death.
Effective.
Now she's in the front, so we can use Iron Swan and take this guy out in the back.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these
All right,
well-worn
couple
relics.
trinkets earned here. Or I guess one trinket. 15% of the time we're gonna start with some armor, but we also might gain a weakness when we're hit. A lot of help me, hurt me's. So you kind of have to think about what your characters are doing typically in battle in order to choose the best fit. He gets hit a lot. Dismas being in the back is less of a target, so I'll probably throw it on him. We'll put this over here, and then these are in items that we will hopefully have the opportunity to use. Now, if you recall, towards the beginning of the game, you have the opportunity, and now that I think of it, I don't think I even showed that off. You have the opportunity to put these candles into a meta progression system. Okay. So we're going to lose some flame, but we're probably going to get something pretty cool if we do this. Let's see what we get. Bad digestion, but anatomical map. Really strong trinket. Apply on hit. Adds 1 negative token, 70%, or adds 1 positive token, 30%. I think we need to try that. That could be really good. Because most of the time, if I'm understanding, yeah, let's try that. Okay, what's our flame at? 87. So you can spend the candles on permanent boosts, and one of the boosts that I upgraded before this run was to enhance our capability in uncovering supplies and other helpful items as we run over debris in the road. All right, we're going to throw this bear trap on this dude. Keep him stuck there and add some bleeding right off the bat, and we'll go with the grape shot blast as well. Okay, might as well add on some more bleeding. This guy is going to be a nuisance, and he's going to buff these characters throughout the battle. I'd like to get rid of this guy so that we don't have to worry about him. That's good.
Hope to finish this quickly.
Okay. So maybe I read that trinket wrong, which does happen occasionally. And we can end up with some bad stuff majority of the time. Yeah, I think my brain flipped that. Darkest Dungeon 2 is also the game about making mistakes and learning from them. All right, did we add some more bleeding? Well, at least we put the weakness on there. Let's go with this shot. Perfect. All right, can we just take this guy out? Perfect. Now we're building towards a positive relationship there. That's what that was. Okay. Let's see if we get something good. No, he didn't get... Maybe he doesn't get anything once he has an icon of sorts. Now, what makes the Jester so strong is he can stress bar build up. If stress goes over 10, the character has a meltdown. They typically decide that they hate everybody in the group, and that causes random events that are bad. So hopefully we will not be showing much of that off today. That's going to be the hope. All right, let's go in for another attack here. I think we might end up taking that trinket off, which is interesting because that trinket is of a very high rarity. Let's look at this again. Apply on hit adds 1 negative token 70% or adds 1 positive token 30% of the time. Huh. I wonder if there's a character that would take advantage of negative traits or another trinket that would play well with that. That's probably what that gets utilized for. I think we will put this on, though. And let's go ahead and grab that as well to use inside of battle. Okay, so we've got some positive conversation happening. Forgotten outpost, okay. So let's see what our options are here. I'm going to go with the 2 friendlies and the exiting from the battle just to help build up the relationships. All right, the academic study, the lair. I think we'll go with the study again. Maybe we'll luck out and find something cool. All right. Sometimes the bigger guys make it so where they're taking up both spots, which is why Grape Shot Blast can't get through. So in this case, because these 2 are more of a nuisance, I am going to take a shot at one of them to kick things off. They're low on health, and if you can get rid of them quickly, it it pays dividends. We'll go with Crow's Feet as well. Makes them a little bit more susceptible. And I am going to see if we can take one of these guys out. There we go.
A promising development.
And we'll go ahead with some bleed over here. Oh, nice. That was a really good hit. Okay. What I will do is give her some clotting. And we'll go ahead and smash this dude. Perfect. Yeah, of course he's going to swing our way.
The slow suffering begins.
Okay, so he was given something where he has a 50% chance to build the stress meter each turn. I'm not too concerned. We probably will go ahead and reduce Boudica's stress at this point. Because again, if they develop hatred towards each other, it is really hard to come back from. You can end up with missed turns. You can end up with abilities that are just locked from being utilized at all. It's a very interesting random system. Sometimes on Death's Door, they will end up with a weakness. The same is true of your heroes, which I guess is only fair. You know what? Let's go with the back row. There we go. If you're going to choose to play Darkest Dungeon or Darkest Dungeon 2, they operate similarly. You want to make sure you've got somebody that can hit the back row for you. It's so important. All right.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the
Okay, we got Mop and Bucket, 1 target chance of -3. And another target, 33% chance of ganging too. Okay. A lot of help me hurt me's. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, my goodness, you know, things are going pretty poorly. Look at those life bars. Look at those stress bars. I'm going to tell you that things are actually going pretty well. All right. So are we going to be able to access this one? We can. We've got to use Boudica. They're all neutral. Head and sand, okay. Almanac, the Shroud, stagecoach equipment. While in the Shroud, plus 15% damage. Wow. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we can't equip stagecoach equipment unless we're at the end. But that's okay. That's okay. We're getting closer. Let's take a quick look here. Okay. So it doesn't matter if we're looking or not because most of this stuff is blocked from being seen. There is a watchtower that you can run into that will reveal the whole map for you. We're going to go this way. I like the shiny on this one. Okay, so it's resistance encounter reduces the hatred in the group, which is good. Which is good. We have only love at the Go Force Gaming channel, as you know.
They revel in debauchery.
Oh boy.
Debasing themselves in the face of the end.
They certainly do. Okay. All right. No, ooh, okay. Now let's do this. We got a couple of likes there from the other two, which is great. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, you're gonna see some cool stuff in this one. I kind of want to go with this, just because I don't want that to get too out of control. We've got some good stuff happening this turn already. Ah, see, we're building towards that positive relationship. Okay, let's do that. Knock down one of those. Let's go with crow's feet. We'll knock out another couple of those shields. I am leaning towards this guy. And then maybe Dismas can take them out next time. Here we go. Let's firebomb the back. Wonderful. This guy can actually do a pretty decent amount of damage, as we just saw, unfortunately. Head and sand, okay. 50% chance to miss. No bleed. I'm happy about that. Let's go after this guy, because I'm hoping Dismas can maybe take these guys out. Even though he's got the blindness, that could be an issue here for us. Let's go ahead. Oh, all right. Well, maybe next time, right? We got to be positive.
Hate
Oh.
and carelessness. Hallmarks of the unprepared.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and
Empowered.
do that.
Emboldened.
And I'm hoping we can take one of these guys down. I did that because he was the one without bleed. See, that's what I was counting on. Okay. Wonderful. You love to see that. All right, let's just kind of reach back there. Some nice bleed, 6 damage for 3 turns. That'll take that guy out. We're gonna do this. Okay. She should be able to finish this guy off. Wonderful.
A petty and entrance.
And let's try for it. Okay, maybe the bleeding will take him down. Wonderful. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a minute. So we get a mastery point. Okay, and we've got that other thing that if we bring it to the inn, we'll get some mastery points as well, I believe. These are what allows you to upgrade the different skills that the characters have. Tormenting Locket, Gang on Hit, ranged skills. Okay. This is more for melee style, which we're not using Dismiss. So we're going to probably just let that hang out there. We'll take this. We'll take this. Okay. We're going to keep on going here. I'm glad to have the gold and the baubles that we picked up there. Those are another currency. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we go middle. Just make sure they're all full up on combat items, and they're not. Okay, we'll toss that out there. Could certainly use more addition to the flame. We'll throw that over there, because our flame is only at 47. So you see now the battle advantage chance on the other side to the enemies. Where do we want to go? Okay, it all kind of ends up in the same spot. So we'll just go to the left. I am actively controlling the direction of the carriage. You can set that to auto, but then I don't know how good of a job it does at rolling over the road debris. I don't always do a great job either, if I'm being honest. Okay. So it looks like they did not get a battle advantage, which is great. We're going to throw this over to him. And we're going to try to remember to use this other one too during the battle. That's okay, because then he's got the boost.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
All right. That's not going to help at this point. We'll go some additional bleed on this guy, hopefully. Perfect. And now we're going to take some damage. Oh, boy. Now, I may decide to use a shield in this situation because he's got that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is pop that on her. And I'm going to go ahead and shield here. Oh, beautiful. Great way to end the round. Okay. You know, I'm basically going to skip a turn with him, so I'm going to throw that on there. And then I'm going to knock down the stress level.
Compassion quiets the howling mind.
And hopefully we'll have an opportunity to use it on the Jester as well. We'll also do this. I pay him back. Telling you, it's easy to forget. You're like, oh yeah, I was going to use the flame this time. Dang it. Easy to do. She's got the oozes again. We'll go ahead and see if we can smash this guy. There we go. All right, we've got something that remedies this. One of them is holding on to it. Should we go back row? I think so. Ooh, wow. That was lovely. Let's go ahead and move back, and then we'll blind the target as well, maybe. Okay, perfect. Sometimes it doesn't proc. Let's go ahead and wipe that out. And we'll do this as well. Okay. I'm glad we put the shield on. It was a great way to end that. Okay. Medicinal herbs come in handy so much. So I'm glad to see those pop up as a combat item. We're going to put those on right away. And we'll just look for somebody that doesn't have anything. Give those over to Dismiss. And we've got a new trinket that we picked up. So let's figure out who we want. All right, gang when hit. I think, because again, these guys don't get touched a whole lot. Although now that I said that, watch, they're going to be all over them. So we'll put that on them. I'm happy to see this. This is an opportunity to gang some supplies here. Ooh, that looks pretty good. So we lose some gold, but... oh, that looks nice too. A couple friendlies in there. I think we probably want to do this. We'll get 30 to the flame, which was similar. Yeah, we'll do that. Ooh. There it is.
Tested. A bond to be counted on.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. So I know you're wondering, what does that mean, Goat? Why is that something you're excited about? Well, once you have a bond going with another character, some pretty cool stuff can happen in battle. It's random, but when it happens, it can be amazing. It can change the course of the battle. And vice versa, hatred will do the same thing. Okay. And now we're going to the really difficult battle. This is the last battle in the area before the end. And typically they're rough. But at least we've got a very high flame going into the fight. We've got some good options to get rid of bleed in the battle. So we're going to do the best we can here. What we are going to do is open up with trying to get rid of these positive effects by blasting these guys. All right, we'll take one hit. The tokens are gone, though, which really was the goal of that first turn. Our other goal here is going to be to eliminate these two pricks because they're going to provide boosts to everybody along the course of the battle. And I'll tell you, they do a damn good job of it, too. So we're going to do what we can to make life difficult for the back row. Okay, I think we'll also put some clotting powders on Baristan, and we're going to go for this guy. That's a nice, healthy swing. Let's do it. There it is. Okay. That's a solid start. Out of the two of them, this octopus-looking slug with candles is the bigger jerk, for sure. All right. So you see, he's already trying to cause issues for us. We are going to go ahead and reduce some stress, because we don't want that getting out of hand. And we'll go ahead and start working on these guys up front. They've got 3 regen a turn, so it is an uphill battle.
begins.
Yes, indeed. Indeed it does. Let's do some bleed if we can. Perfect. And, here we go. Let's eliminate that. And let's go with these two again. If we could take one of these guys out, would be sitting really good. Let's add to the bleed if we can. Perfect. And let's go ahead and dump more bleed on this guy. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this guy alone at this point a little bit. Well, I can't. Okay. That's what they wanted. I'm giving them what they asked for. And at least we got a death's door and a weakness. See, I told you this guy was a jerk.
A deliberate and
Wonderful.
methodical appliance of harm.
Yeah. We can fight about this if you'd like. Wayne is just he's such a wonderful addition to these games. I don't know what it would be without Wayne. Okay. This seems perfect.
A breakthrough.
Oh! Oh, there it is. All right, so you see what happened? We gave that positive token because there's such love. It's man, it's just fantastic. Just fantastic.
Continues.
The work does continue. Ooh. You don't like to see that too much. Okay. The fact of the matter is, this is probably going to be a dodged attack. So in this case, I'm going to say, hey, let's do a buff. Let's do a buff of some kind. Oh, look at that. Triggers the firebomb skill. That's awesome. All right. We're going to go ahead and inspire. Drop some stress, because why not? Go ahead and do that.
At least has been tended to.
Build some relationship there. And you know what? We're going to destroy these tokens as well. Now, we talked about upgraded skills, okay? If that skill would have been upgraded, instead of destroying the tokens, he would have stole them. So it gets really interesting. Oh, man, a miss. She had the blindness. Okay, that's all right. A little bit of fire for that ass. Oh, nice. Okay. Liking where things are going. Let's go ahead and I'd rather move backwards than forwards. Wonderful.
The past is gone. Let it die.
And you usually get a pretty good set of items from those battles. They're usually pretty kind with what you get. That was great. Time for a song. How about it? I agree. It's time for a song. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to the inn. I'm going to show off the options in the inn. And then we're going to call it a day with this run. And if it seems like there's enough interest in more Darkest Dungeon 2, we'll continue this run. How about that?
Places such as this, where a little light
Okay.
gathers.
So we have some perks. We have some nasty, I should say quirk, not perk. We've got some nasty diseases going on that we already know about. We did bring that special item to the inn, so we've got +2 mastery. The diseases are cured. And then because we completed that patrol, we've got the Candle of Hope as well, which we can use towards the meta progression. All right, perfect. So we'll take that. Let's see what happened here with everybody. So hatred of fisher folk. So hopefully we can run into some fisher folk next time. Not motivated to do all that much. A hum for every occasion. Okay, so he's basically going to be an a-hole in the carriage as they make their way. So that's what we got going on with Dismiss. Let's check the Jester out. Plus 30% positive banter. That's an excellent perk. Quirk. HP. If his HP is less than 50%, he is going to get a stress point. All right. 33% chance food has no benefit. Oof. Food is an in item. Generally, what it's going to do is increase the maximum HP until the next inn. Wow, she really got hit. Imagines contracting every manner of illness from enemies. When damaged, she might go blind. Flickering flames, fanfare. Okay. Ooh, destroy one positive token. That's bad. So she'll get speedier as her health drops. Oh, so where did we end up with Barristan? Knows how to weave an absorbing tail. Okay. All right. Okay. So, oh, that's how he's ending up with that, the firebomb. That's interesting. All right. So now we go to the in items and we say, boy, there's some stress that's happening here. What can we do about that? Well, let's first use this one that can be a help me hurt me. Let's use it. Oh, can't do it on Boudica because it's blocked by hypochondria and lazy, which she has the lazy one, right? So we'll use it on Barristan. And we didn't get the negative to it, which is great. What? Let's see. +4 speed until next turn. Put that on him because he's a little bit slower. I just happen to know that from playing the game. All right, looks like they're all going to be drinking up pretty good here. 5% chance of ending up with that shield. We'll give that to him because he gets hit a lot. We'll give the blood blocker to her, and I guess we'll give the resistance to him. Give him a little bit more health.
Learn what can be taught.
And here's what we were talking about with the mastery points. Now they can be applied.
At the end.
So definitely want to add some mastery to the Grape Shot Blast. Now you see it will do 4 to 6 damage. It has a higher crit rate as well. Usually I like to master this skill also. And what else do we want to do here? Let's make this a little bit stronger. 6 to 8 instead of 4 to 7. I might think about doing that. We'll see. Definitely do this. Make that stronger. And we'll make this a little bit better. It's going to remove even more stress upon use. And let's go with the highway robbery where we're actually going to steal the positive tokens now as well. We'll take a look at the Wainwright.
Leagues away.
While in the Shroud, plus 15% damage. So we've got to see if we're going to the Shroud first.
Rain,
all right,
fire,
we are.
rock.
And this is going to have the fish characters, I believe, as well.
Madness.
So that will make sense to put that on. So we're going to throw that on to there.
This will serve well.
I mean, that would be good too, but we don't have the slot. This will be opened via the meta progression, and I'm getting close to it. Not there yet, for sure, but we're getting close. Here's the other thing about getting to the inn. You can decide, once you've gotten to the inn, to end the expedition.
A lesson.
If we ended it now, we'd come back with 13 candles to spend towards the meta progression. If you keep going instead, you of course can earn more candles, but you risk losing some candles as well if the next expedition does not go well. At this point, based on where things are at with everybody, I would continue to go. I'm a little concerned at the nasty diseases and some of the traits that she has built up. I mean, they're really bad. But what I would look to do in the next time we embark is find a medical facility where you can pay to remove some of those things, and I would look to clean that up a little bit. Hey, folks, this is Darkest Dungeon 2, one of my recent addictions, and want to say thanks to Wesley Toyne, who showed up in the comments and asked to see this. You know, again, I was a little bit apprehensive to show the game off. I don't think that I can converse in the same way with you all like I can with some of the other games we play that are a little bit more less intense, let's say. Analytically and strategically, you know, you try to not make mistakes in this run, but I do know of some of the mistakes that we did make, you know, in selecting some of the trinkets and items. Very easy to happen, but I hope that you were entertained. I hope you got to sip some coffee and relax on the stagecoach for a little bit. Hopefully you didn't develop any of the hypochondria or head in the sand or pyrophobia. If you're interested in seeing more Darkest Dungeon 2 on the channel, let me know. I'm happy to show it off. This game is in early access right now. It's due out for full release at some point in 2023. I think they've done a lot of work on the game. It's come a long way. It is different from the first game. Some folks aren't too happy with the changes that they made, but I'll tell you what, I really like it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Has the same hooks in me as the previous title did. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. And we'll see. We'll see if we want to do more. Have a great rest of your week. I'll add too, we are doing a giveaway on January 10th. We're giving away a couple copies of Sidestep Legends. If you're interested, take a look at that video out on the channel. All the details are there. And maybe you'll be the winner of Sidestep Legends. We are doing a giveaway of a roguelike or roguelite every single week this year. Very, very exciting. All right. Now it's official. I bid you adieu. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time on the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we will play a roguelike or a roguelite, because that's what we do every single time here. Have a great one.